Hey, I'm Grant with Grant's Game Rex. Back in June, I had the real pleasure of going to Mexico's largest board gaming convention called Mega XP. I don't speak Spanish, but I do speak FUD. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. Games are games. I don't need a language, I need games. And I was really impressed to see how much the board game hobby is growing in Mexico. I mean, there were thousands of people there. There were also a ton of publishers from Mexico. I got to sit down and demo a lot of games coming out from Mexican publishers, and one of the coolest games I saw at the whole convention was Hitodama from Lighthouse Games. It is now coming to Kickstarter. Hitodama is a worker placement game. Whereas I feel like a lot of worker placement games really put a premium on the collecting resources and the mechanisms, I feel here that the focus is on the beauty of the game. And it is very beautiful. Everything about it is beautiful. That's not to say that the mechanisms aren't cool, because they are, but the beauty of it is what gets me to bring it to the table, you know? The theme is beautiful, the lore, the story of the game is beautiful, the artwork is all beautiful. You are playing as guardians of nature representing the seasons, and you are trying to return nature to a state of balance. I would like to note that I have a prototype copy of Hitodama. In the game, you will be playing as guardians of nature, and they all have their own fun custom meeples. You will be placing meeples down on the board to get resources like any worker placement game. The resources that you are collecting are things like berries, amber, sapphire, and one of the interesting things, one of the things I like the most about the game is the variable setup. You can see all of these spots can change throughout the game. The way you place them out is going to be different every time you play it. And I like that because the different spots fulfill in different times throughout the game. So for instance, on one round, this might be the first spot to fulfill, whereas the next round, this is the first spot to fulfill, and then this one is last. So there's an interesting timing aspect of the game. Where do you place your meeples? When do you place them? You know, I like that aspect of it. Throughout the game, this Hitodama will be moving forward, and bad things happen when he moves forward. For instance, different spots are going to get frozen out, so now you can't go there. You won't be able to get the 2 berries right here. As in most games, it is a race to 25 points. You are moving forward on this track as you are delivering resources. You will be delivering the resources you get to one of these season cards, and you'll notice that this is what indicates what you can deliver to the season card, and there are a lot of different cards there. So that's another way that the game stays fresh and variable. It'll always feel different because what you can deliver changes every round of the game, every time you play it. The points that you get for delivering a specific thing stay the same, but what you can deliver changes. There are also sun cards and lunar cards that can get you advantages throughout the game. In the world of worker placement games, the genre of worker placement, this is a lighter game. Now, I wouldn't call it a light game in general. Like, there's some real strategy here, but it's not crazy complex as some other worker placement games. And this is a game I feel like I could teach to casual gamers, and they would still have a really good time, and they would wrap their head around it pretty easily. Like I mentioned earlier, the thing that really sets this apart from other worker placement games, to me, is the beauty and the theme. That's the reason you're going to want to back this, is because you love the look of it and you love the theme of it. And then the mechanisms are fun too. That's like an extra cherry on top. I also think it's cool to back this to help the hobby keep growing in another country and another culture. That's one of the reasons I think it's worth supporting as well.